Californians believe in you, that you're the best candidate to lead this country?
I don't think it's a matter of what Californians should do. What Californians should do is listen to all of the candidates and see whose vision of the world, vision of this country, and plans for this country most aligns with yours. That's the only should here. And I want you to know who I am and what I would do. What I would do is, number one, push back against the overreach by a virulent strain of capitalism. Not capitalism itself, I'm a capitalist, but I want capitalism with a conscience. A virulent strain of capitalism has led to a massive transfer of wealth into the hands of 1% of our people, who now own more than 90%, more wealth than the bottom 90%. We need to hold that accountable, and we need to stop that massive transfer of wealth. We need a Department of Children and Youth, because as we certainly saw in Saugus High School the other day, we have massive challenges and vulnerabilities that are leading to the chronic trauma of millions of American children every single day. We need a national security agenda that reflects an intention on our part, not only to constantly be prepared for war if we need war, but also to lead the world towards the possibility of peace, at least for our children and our grandchildren. We need to right some historical wrongs, which has to do with reparations for slavery. It has to do with reparative measures towards Native Americans. And we also need a massive World War II level mass mobilization to deal with climate change. We should be leading the world. We need more than a Green New Deal. We need that, and we need a Green New Century. The United States should be paving the way.
So in regards to reparations, I didn't mean to cut you off. So do you firmly believe that the United States should consider reparations?
We should more than consider reparations. Enough with considering, enough with studying. The evidence is there. There's no more to study. We need to start paying. That's why my plan is for $500 billion that would be paid over a period of 20 years, dispersed to a reparations council. And the stipulation on the part of the U.S. government would be that this money must be used for purposes of economic and educational renewal. And then it is up to this council of obviously black leaders, obviously leaders who are themselves descendants from slaves, who, whether it's historical black colleges, whether it has to do with venture capital from minority businesses, whether it has to do with degentrification issues, all of those issues, all of those things. That's what should be decided by this council and the committees that they recommend. You know, Germany has paid $89 billion in reparations to Jewish organizations since World War II. It doesn't mean the Holocaust didn't happen, but it has gone far to establish reconciliation between Germany and the Jews of Europe, and it's time for us to do this as well.
And the last question is, in regards to school violence, how do you address school violence across the country?
In terms of school violence, first of all, we need the toughest gun safety restrictions that we can have within the purview of respect for the Second Amendment. And what I want is what every progressive Democrat wants in terms of universal background checks, closing the loopholes, outlawing bump stocks, reinstating the assault weapon ban, etc. But we need more than that. We need to talk cause and not just symptom. We need to really look at ourselves in the mirror. That's why I want a United States Department of Peace. We must ask ourselves not only how did that kid get a gun, we need to ask ourselves, what do we as a society need to look at that 16-year-olds even want to pick up a gun and shoot their classmates? I want to help America look in the mirror, because it's that level of brutal honesty and truth-telling that will help us transform the situation.
Thank you.